Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thursday Night Frights Grave Reviews presents. This is Alan. I am your host. My co-host sitting directly to the side of me over here is this. It's this way, isn't it? It's always the opposite of what I think it's going to be. It's that way. Is Chris? Chris, how are you, my friend?
Oh, we're back, baby. We're back. We took a little break because things get in the way of our horror movie enjoyment.
They do. Adulting sucks, dude. I keep telling you this.
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, we're back. Doing well tonight. Doing well.
Tonight is kind of a special night for us. Tonight is okay, so it's not really, but kind of. It's as far as our movie list is concerned, it's episode number 75. So we're only 25 away from a century, so to speak. So I'm kind of excited about that. What movie are we talking about tonight, Mr. Chris?
We are talking about 1996 Bad Moon. The only thing that might save this werewolf is the love of family. And he spends a fortune on shoes.
Yeah, apparently. Apparently. It's funny is that I tell you what, let's hit the button before we let's get there because I have feelings tonight and I'm gonna let them out. So let's go for the ride. Well,
Thursday nights, you're welcome home. So join the fright, don't miss the show. Alan and Chris are here, ready to go. They'll roast, they'll toast, they'll recommend what's creepy, what's campy, they horror friends. Thursday night, feel the scare. Horror talk beyond.
That just makes me happy every single time. I'm sorry, but it does. It just makes me giggle. I love it.
Cheers. We're back.
Cheers to you. Cheers to the Talking Dead. Cheers to all those out in YouTube land. So 1996, Bad Moon. This is a
good year, Bad Moon.
I was really LG, God bless her. I literally was excited to do this review tonight because I had a lot of fond memories of this movie, and the wonderfulness of the crew and the cast and the writing and the story and the fact that Thor, our dog, was our hero and all that stuff. I was so excited, and then I watched it and remembered what it really was, and
schlocky as hell.
I don't even think I liked this movie.
It's not the same. It's not the same as I remember watching it when it came out. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons for it. Again, it's strong performance by uh, Mr. Michael Perry.
I
Strong
will tell.
performance.
I will tell everybody what I told you at some point. But keep going. Yes.
Yeah, a strong performance by him. Our kid, mm, yeah, Mariel
Dennis the Menace
Hemingway.
did not do a
She's
great
so
job.
cute. She's still a sexy lady. I have a lot of fond memories from the what she's been in through the years, including Tales from the Crypt, an episode that was a great
Yes.
one.
Yes.
She seemed like she kind of showed up for a paycheck on this one.
Yeah. I think
Uh,
this wasn't this one of her earlier movies though.
oh no, I think she's been. Her first one was Woody Allen,
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, you're,
79.
you're right. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right. You're right. Yep,
yeah,
you're right.
yeah,
Um,
70, yeah,
Dennis the Menace did not do a great job.
70.
You know, it was funny because it was about halfway through watching it for the second time when I went, "Hey, wait a minute, who was I know this kid from somewhere," and he was Dennis the Menace with Walter Matthau.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and but I loved the concept
Oh
of
yeah,
this being an hour and what 20-minute
20 minutes.
movie,
Yeah, it's like an
something
80-minute
that,
running time, something like
like
that.
100 like an hour and
79,
17
80
or
minutes, something like
I
that.
don't
Yeah,
know. It wasn't
yeah,
even a full really hour and a half. And that's including credits.
yeah.
So it was a tight story. I like that aspect. I thought the werewolf. All right, so here we go.
Yeah, say it.
I thought this werewolf was awesome when standing still, right?
Yeah,
It
little tweaks here and
had
there.
the
Oh,
little tweaks here and
yeah,
there, but the
yeah.
way it snapped its mouth like Jim Henson's puppet,
Oh
Lord,
yeah, he's got the little string in the back.
yeah, it was literally like you were you were so close. You were so freaking close.
Right,
Was it amazing? Yes. Was it a great practical effect? Absolutely. Am I gonna?
right.
Have I seen worse? Yes. There's worse on this
Oh yeah,
list on our list. But it irritated me that they went through all of this um, uh, build up to make this monster. Um, with like you said, like with the twitches and the cheeks and
yeah,
the ability of the lips to raise and everything that you would expect to have the teeth in the exact same position and the mouth in the exact same position every single time you saw it.
yeah,
And then when it went to bite, it was literally just that mechanical open
yeah.
shut
It couldn't close its
like a
mouth.
snap.
Kind of the
Um,
tongue's in the way. You can definitely tell. It was just too much of a shortcut there.
Yeah, had they literally, I think if you had this because the bipedal, the two-legged werewolf is my favorite type, right?
Yep.
Great in this as a standstill, right? But like when you see like the howling and when you the first one, not the other ones, but the first
Right. Yeah.
and when you see like Dog Soldier, who was a movie that was done on a shoestring budget, but
Yeah.
the creatures themselves,
Mhm.
they knew how to frame them so that you got the most scare
Yeah.
without it. This one they lingered too long sometimes on the wolf, which is hard for me to say because I want them to linger on the wolf. I
Yeah.
want the wolf to be great, but
That's a drawback to the. You have to be perfect when it comes to that. Either the cinematography of your practical effects,
yep.
um, seriously using shading and lighting issues can cover up a lot of the imperfections that we see.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm glad you brought that up because it was one of those. He was menacing. He was kind of scary when you get
Oh,
a look at him. When
absolutely.
he turns around. It's that hulk of a bipedal. Way too much muscle up top.
Yep.
Standing up, it was pretty cool. But yes, that little bit of lingering where you're like, oh yeah,
They lingered on it so
Wolfman
long that
don't got
literally you felt like it was more Jim Henson, right?
Yeah,
Um, we're Star Wars fans. We can tell you that you do a puppet, a real puppet, Yoda, you know, Empire Strikes Back, same actually earlier era than this,
right.
And make it to where you're sitting there in the theater going, wow, that's really that's a really a creature. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
This creature was great. If you had, like I started to say, if you had it stuffed and standing in your corner of your house,
Oh yeah,
people would walk in and go, "Wow, look at that! That's so fucking
It's
cool!"
cool. The
You know,
eyes,
but
every
as
bit of
soon
it.
as you try to add the life to it, you have to know how to shoot it,
Mhm.
and I think that's where they fell on that. That and the fact that our lead actor, who was literally Sylvester Stallone light in this whole movie, where and it's
Yeah.
like, how do you know about where? Well, I've been around all the werewolves. I'm like, open your
Mm,
mouth,
right,
Steve.
what are we doing here?
So
This is a unique movie because, like, it's
yeah,
based on a book that is all about Thor. I mean, and Thor is the star of this show. He
it
gets
really
all the
is.
screen
Really
time.
is.
It's a werewolf movie as seen through an alpha dog's eyes.
Mhm.
The premise of where we're trying to go with this. And they didn't get all of it in. I guess the book really kind of, there's some other nuances that really bring it out. But they did a really good job of bringing, like, this is, you could tell Thor, this is his shit. Like, the whole peeing thing is hilarious to me
Oh yeah,
through this movie. Like, we just, that's mine.
so
I pissed on it. No, that's mine. I pissed on it. Ha, I got
yeah.
you pissed on your home. Like, what is going on?
I loved it when he at one point in the movie, our antagonist winds
Mhm.
up tricking the mom in with a wink to get the dog
Right.
to attack him, whatever. Anyway,
Hmm. Yep.
and then when the dog's temporarily in the pound, he walks up to the doghouse and pees on it. I was like, that's
Dying.
wonderful.
It's so hilarious. And just it's that, and he has almost that fourth wall break
Uh-huh.
where he's, like, and y'all see me, right?
Yeah, it's almost like he almost like looked at the camera and winked. I mean, if he would have, I would have been like, "Yeah, I'm in for it."
Yep.
And I think actually that all right, so a couple things that I had problems with.
Okay.
We talked about that. We
Yeah.
talked about the
We
fact that
both.
our antagonist was at, at the beginning of the movie. He's some sort of scientist out
He's
in the woods
Indiana
doing
Jones with the sexy
scientist
girl.
stuff.
Yeah.
And they have this wonderful obligatory 1980s sex scene.
Oh yeah. Full
Which
on gets a half star and everything.
exactly. And the werewolf's like, you know what? Enough of that shit. And attacks him. It pulls you into this. But it's almost like you have two separate movies going on. You have this
Mhm.
wholesome family reunion film about
Mhm.
a uncle who's going through some mental problems,
Mhm.
and wants to be with his family. But unfortunately, the mental problems for him and for them is the fact that he is affected by the lunar cycle in a really, really strange fashion.
Is he though? Is he though? Or
Well,
do the people makers of this movie not understand what a lunar cycle is?
well, okay, so here's the fun part, right? I like the fact that they broke lore, right? I like the
Yeah.
fact that they said you don't need silver, that a shotgun will blow their head off. And when they say blow the head off, I mean they literally mean
Oh
blow.
yeah,
I mean, it
scanners.
exploded off at the beginning. It was so
Yeah.
funny, so
Yeah, great.
horribly cheesy. And I like the fact that they explain the fact that you don't have to have a full moon, right?
Right.
But yet every single night they showed a
Every
full moon.
night.
They must
Every night is a full moon, man.
I don't know where they live because I mean they had a full moon like 5 or 6 nights in a row.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
You know,
After saying that it doesn't have to be a full moon, we made sure that it was always a
it was
full
always
moon.
during a full moon, exactly.
Aight.
So I promise I'm going to let you have some of this conversation. I'm just bitching.
Yeah, you gotta get it out because you're getting that out for me too, man. I'm with you on that. It's
there was okay, so when I was growing up, I was at the time when the movie channel was and HBO were both like young, right?
Right.
And the movie channel had like the offbeat movies where HBO had the more prime movies. So I saw like movies like The Beast Within and things like that on the movie channel. And I also saw Eddie and the Cruisers.
Oh, Eddie and the Cruisers rock, dude.
Great movie.
Love that movie.
My wife.
Second one.
Wait a minute. Was there a second one? I don't think.
Yeah,
there
it was the second one. Yeah, there was.
It was so loose.
No, you can't deny it. It was there.
It was there. Yeah, well, by name, I think. But You know, it's one of those movies that if you've seen it and you're of the right age, man, I mean, the soundtrack was great. It was a
Oh yeah.
concert rock movie where you know it was about and our lead actor in this movie
Mhm.
played Eddie from
Eddie
Eddie and the
Wilson.
Cruisers,
He
right?
is Eddie. Yep.
And so there was a point. I told Chris this. And we don't talk about the movies, but there's one thing I was like, dude, I have to tell you this. There was a scene in this where Thor runs out into the woods and
Mhm.
Uncle Werewolf has tied himself to a tree, which I
Right.
don't know how he handcuffed himself to that tree, but that's okay.
Yeah, it
Whatever.
makes no sense.
No,
But okay.
okay. He's a magician as well as a scientist and
Mhm.
a werewolf. But anyway, our Hemingway, our lead actress, is
Mhm.
is out walking through the woods, and literally in my head, as they showed the overhead shot of her walking into the woods, I heard "Dark side coming down, nothing." You'll never know. And they switched to
Yep.
him, right?
Yeah.
You'll never know just how I feel.
Well, he
And I
yeah.
went, this works.
This is
I
great.
don't
This
know
is
how,
great.
I don't know why, but it does.
Why didn't they use this for the soundtrack?
I'm telling you right now, would we not get a strike for the copyright, I would have dubbed it over and showed you
Mhm.
what I was talking about, because it
It
was
fits.
so perfect that it made me just sit back and go, yeah, that's how I
It
felt.
works. It
So
works.
I told Chris, I said, dude, when she walks in the woods, just think about this song. And he said back to me, that's funny.
On the
Anyway,
dark side.
yeah, I think I've told you this before. I had a friend of mine who had a band, and they would be playing the Romantics, What I Like About You, live,
Okay.
right? And during the breakdown, during the breakdown, same chords, right? He'd go, "Dark side's coming down, nothing is real. You'll never know just how I feel." And they do right. So the exact
Yeah.
same music, and then they get to the chorus, and he's going, "From the dark side," and everyone behind him's going, "ROCK in the
Yeah,
USA."
yes.
Because all three of them the
It
exact
works.
same song.
Yep. That's
And I
great.
just sit back going, "That's genius.
That's great.
Anyway,
Right.
so that should tell you how I feel about this movie. Now, that being said, I think you should watch this movie. I would tell you to watch it. I enjoyed
Mhm.
it for the hour and 20 minutes, but I'm not a fan of it. I don't unless I think that Chris and I
Mhm.
or us in our Talking Dead could watch this together and have a blast making fun of it. I
Oh
really
yeah, this is a buddy movie
oh
for sure.
absolutely. But
We
I
come
will
it's sad in a way because we come in strong. We come in strong with the
mm,
sex scene, the gore. We're in a jungle in India, and I believe those are Hispanic gentlemen that are. I have no idea where they are, but they're going to Egypt. They're in India, and they're sweaty. They're 2 weeks late for something. Let's go make
mm.
that tent to shaking. And I love his face when the werewolf first shows up as a silhouette on the tent, where he's just like, "Yeah, baby, yeah."
Oh, wait a minute. Or later in the movie, when the guy who's trying to what do you call it uh the grifter, he's trying to
Mhm. Oh,
scam them, you know, and then, but
yeah,
he's gonna get his revenge by hacking the dog or whatever. Anyway,
shows up with a
when he turns out
cleaver,
to be
like
a
what
werewolf,
the?
he's like, whoa,
Yeah,
literally, whoa.
yeah, yeah. Come here, puppy. Come here, boy. And it's just like he's got a cleaver in his hand. You're like, okay. And then that was a good moment. You get the werewolf behind him, and he's like, something's behind me.
Yeah.
And yeah, good
The
thing he
one
wore the
time in
brown
the movie
pants.
where the werewolf and the dog are on the same page, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that guy sucks. And I do like the idea where the dog's trying to feel it out. You can feel that the story is trying to project. The dog is trying to figure out, is this a part of my pack? Is this part of family?
Yeah.
And I should like try to figure this out, or do I? Was this guy just a maniac psycho, and I have to protect my boy because poor little Brett over there is can't fight himself out of a wet paper bag.
No,
Um,
I
so
I will say that I think the whole premise of dog protects family against werewolf, I thought was a cool idea. I just think the execution on this it was rushed.
Mhm.
Um, they actually had to cut about 15 minutes of movie out of this because there would have been an NC-17 rating if they hadn't.
Oh, I bet.
But the fact that they took the family in the book, which was like I think full like two kids,
Yeah, it was
dog,
a
cat,
full family.
mom,
There was a
dad,
few
full family kind of
kids.
thing,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
shrunk
Yep.
it down to them with their uncle. I thought that was a
Mhm.
great idea. They for runtime and for storytelling. Um, the final fight between the mom, the dog, with the dog and the werewolf, especially between the dog and werewolf, I
Oh
thought
yeah.
while some of it was kind of cheesily executed, I'm okay with cheesy. You know that
Yeah,
I'm
it's good.
more cheese, yes, please.
Mhm.
So but
Yeah.
as a whole, I mean, I think they just
It's the third act, man. Like the second act kind of stalls in some spots,
exactly good way to
and
put it.
but the third act comes in too weak. Where like we built this thing up, good action. We're coming in. He's coming back. He thinks the love of his family will help cure this. He's tried everything. We learn that with the plot device of her finding this diary that a werewolf's diary. Dear God, it's me,
Oh,
Uncle Ted.
hold on,
I
hold on a minute. We now have to write the script to a movie called Werewolf Diary.
Werewolf diary. Right. Right. Dear God, it's me, Uncle Ted.
Yeah,
Woke up with a terrible taste in my mouth and fleas.
please. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Uh, but
But
it's a
it's the
real 80s
third
morning.
this third act of him turning. Ah, you killed it with the transformation. It was so over the top.
Oh, so bad.
CGI, and it's early CGI, so does not hold up at all. Girls do this on Insta, guys do this on Insta to slim their waist. That's the type of CGI that they used with
You are
like
absolutely correct. I will say this though. I think in concept, it was neat the way they had like just the like just
yeah,
one
coming
arm
in
and
pieces,
shoulder
the tooth
uh
here, but still
change
here.
first, and so the
Mhm.
in concept, but in execution, ugh.
It was like, we're turning into werewolf. Yeah, I'm getting, and it's like, oh yeah, he's gonna turn, and then it was diddly doo, diddly doo, diddly doo, diddly doo. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, great. We saw behind the scenes. We shouldn't have seen behind the
no,
scenes.
I think that it would have been, again, hire the guy who did the special effects for the thing and say, hey, we need a decent werewolf execution.
Yeah.
Um, I think that because of the way that they led into the werewolf and
Mhm.
you see like I'm sorry, from here on out his name's Eddie as far as I'm concerned. You see Eddie, and he puts his microphone down and starts to change. Maybe that's an idea. Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Another
so
thing.
um I had an epiphany. Now my thought went out the window. Um, the, you know, um, uh, we see, maybe the skin or the wolf starts
Yeah, some teeth
peeling off of
movements.
something
There was a lot of practical stuff
there
that
was
could have
a
been done. Less is better.
yeah. Well,
You
okay.
know?
So we talk about dog soldiers a lot. There's
Yeah.
a transformation in that movie where the main bad guy that's part of the military, you see his
Mhm.
hand hit the table, those claws are coming out. As he
Mhm.
slides off, he drops below the table view, and then he comes up and he's changed.
Yeah.
And you bought it, right? Because of the way he acted and sold the beginning part of the
Yep.
transformation. You could
Definitely.
have done something like that very easily here with the woods, where maybe he's like running and he goes behind the tree and you see like the arm come around and the fur.
Yeah.
Anything. I mean, anything could happen.
It's a product of the time period. The late
Yeah.
90s was CGI was coming out and it was being used for everything. We had, American Werewolf in 2 was a full CGI werewolf movie.
Yeah.
It looked neat for the time where you see the hair shaking the water off and whatnot. I'm not going to talk about the movie because I love the first one. Second one, it's over here.
Mhm.
So just it's that time of
Right.
we had George Lucas go crazy on the on episode 1 with there's more CGI than actual real things
Yes.
going on. fondness looking back on it then, but when it came out, it's in your face. And this was one of those points where like, oh, we could do this. And it's like, you can, but you shouldn't,
No,
because too much. And they did like in the very beginning when he starts to get the hair, there's like it's that the full kind of like an overlay of the face, and it changes. Great. From there off, it loses me.
Well, it's like we've said a million times. CGI with horror is wonderful when it's used to augment versus to just execute, right? Where you take just enough of it to feather the edges of your world versus being
Enhance.
exactly enhance. That's, to me, that's a great thing. Another really so the movie Wolfman.
Okay.
Del Toro's Wolfman.
Del
The
Toro's, yeah.
transformations in that movie are all 100% CGI.
Yeah.
They are too cartoonish for an otherwise excellent movie.
Yeah, great movie, but it
Great movie, great
takes you out of
story,
it.
great pacing. It was scary. The
Listen,
whole
if
ball
they
of
can take if John Carpenter can do this back for The Thing
wax.
and make you creep out from a spider head, that's coming at you, or the chest break open scene, biting hands, they're practical, they're simple. That was straight out of the box thinking for the time. We're talking
Exactly.
almost 20 years later that you can evolve that portion, but unfortunately that's where we were in 96, 97, 98, coming into the 2000s. We hit it hard with CGI for everything. And it kind of ruins that movie.
This is what we're talking about between CGI and practical. You ready?
Mhm.
This was in 1996. It's
Yep.
mostly CGI. We're making fun of it right now.
Right.
The Thing was 1981.
Yeah.
And we're today still praising how good it was done. So,
Right.
so when you do it correctly, things are fun and can go on. So, let's not beat this horse any further.
No, I mean,
anything else you'd like to say about this particular movie?
I like I said, we come in hot and heavy, literally. All the guys sitting around the campfire. Hey, he's getting it over there, like bing, bang, boom.
Hey, what's going on over there?
What's happening over there? Horses better shut the hell up, though. So, it comes in hot. I think the premise of him coming in to being like, family's going to cure me, goes right out the window about day number 2, when all of a sudden he's just an asshole to the dog. And the dog's like, why are you being an asshole to me, man? This is my house.
I think that had the family gonna change me would have been more of a, maybe he brought his sister in on it. It's like, hey, maybe you're not going to believe this, right? So it's he's really good at a lot of things, which would be like being a scientist and a werewolf and uncle, brother, but he's really, really bad at hiding the bodies.
Hiding the bodies, man. Yeah, they just like they're sis. I gotta go. Which is funny because the I will give it credit. I love the Airstream in this that he's driving around in. It's he's living in the Silver Bullet. It's so great. It's not lost on me. That's got to be where they were headed with that whole thing. I just think the third act is weak and closing up the lines that we've left in the second act. We kind of like the family thing kind of went out the window when he was like, "You're a dumb bitch," and your dog's a dumb bitch too. And which I will say, there is a couple moments in the movie where the dog is Thor. He's a boy dog, and they say her a couple times in the movie, which is kind of silly. So, but with its mistakes, this is a buddy movie for sure. This is something that I would love to sit down and riff on and watch, because there's some great moments where I feel it's bringing the audience in on making the joke, where he's just this close to breaking the fourth wall, which makes it fun, you should watch it. I suggest watching it with a friend on this one.
I agree.
The end is strange. The dog rules. This is Thor's movie all the way.
Absolutely, and I love that fact, right? You know how I am. I like dogs better than I like 90% of the humans on the earth.
I like Thor
Um,
better than anybody else in this movie.
Thor is the star of this movie. I
Yeah.
love it. And I'm glad that they used a shepherd.
Mhm.
They could have done a shepherd. They could have done a Rottweiler. They could have done a Doberman, or they could have done a Husky.
Yeah.
Just about anything else that's a common breed. Now there are some, mastiffs and things like that that are
Oh yeah.
at that time weren't real common that this was filmed.
Mhm.
But had they come in there with a collie or something like that, we'd all been set back one. I love collies, but no,
Lassie, go
yeah.
find Timmy. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And there was a point in time, first time I watched this, where I thought that Thor was going to bite it, and I was pissed. I sitting in the theater going, I'm going the fuck home, blah blah blah. So I had a Maureen moment. Okay, everyone who's watching, Maureen, my wife, she was watching a movie with her son Brandon, and she literally looked at him and said, "This dog dies. I will never forgive you for making me watch
Right.
movie." And
Absolutely.
that's where I was on this one. So I'm glad I will report, not ruining anything. Thor does not die, thank God.
Thor's awesome. I think the dog's name was Primo
Yeah,
that played him.
great name, right? Primo and Thor, two great names.
Yep.
so,
Yep.
uh,
Thor steals
so,
the show.
so would you, what rating would you
Yeah.
give
So 1
Ant?
to 10, 1 being an absolute miserable, why did we watch this? And 10 being transcending light comes down from the heavens and this movie moves up into the top 3 right away. We can just forget the delusions of
Yeah,
grandeur on this
that's
one.
not
That's
going to
not happening.
happen.
This movie, but I'm not going to give it, with its faults, I think it's a fun movie. I had a couple chuckles to myself, even,
Yep.
with joke I would make where, because it's got those moments. There's some
Yep,
one-liners in here that work. So it's fun. I'm going to give it a 5.5. It hits everything. I think we at least we get some closure, but I can't go higher than it. It's fun, but it's fun with a friend. Watching it myself, I can't give it higher than
Yeah,
than that.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know that I can go 5. Well, yeah, I
Ooh.
have to go 5.5. I have to go 5.5 because of our rule that you automatically get a half.
Rule, yeah, we got it right off the bat too.
Um,
And that's almost like
so
3/4 of a star
yeah,
because it was
5
immediate.
being it hits all the marks. This movie really doesn't. It
It
doesn't.
forgets what it was doing. I will say that.
I think that for me, I felt like it forgot its premise about
Mhm.
halfway through.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
then picked the premise back up, right? So the whole premise on this is that Thor is indeed the star.
He's the main character.
He's the main character. The German Shepherd is the main character, and they kind of tried to lay a little too heavily onto the wife or the sister.
Sister,
Um,
mother.
I think that while I get it, right, and like you said, going into the third act was a little sloppily handled. Once
Yeah.
the third act got going and they were in the house with the werewolf and the dog, and that fight scene was great.
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, there's a great battle. It lasts for quite a while until the end. You get a good closure for the end
Yep.
with a little jump scare in there. Love the jump scare
Yep.
at the very end too.
Yep.
It was a nice move.
I love the fact that they leaned into the normal vamp or werewolf, excuse me, not vamp, werewolf trope, where he's like, he's laying against the tree, leaning up against a tree, he's bleeding, and he looks at the dog and goes, "Please, just," basically he's saying, "Kill me."
Yeah,
Just
you win.
do it, right? Because that's kind of a thing where most werewolves are tragic and they don't want to be who they are.
Right.
And I think he went through that secular motion of, I'm afraid of it, I don't want to be it, I'm enjoying the power of it, to, oh my God, I've realized who
I'm the
Let's-
bad guy.
I don't want to be the bad guy no more.
Oh, yeah.
Take me out. So yeah, so for that I will say, and I'm telling you, if you watch this, don't listen to this next comment. If you watch it, don't think yourself subpar Sylvester Stallone, because that's exactly the kind of voice you get through this whole movie.
Yeah.
But I would recommend watching Eddie and the Cruisers first, and then watching this
True,
one.
you have a better appreciation
It'll
for
help you laugh a little bit more.
supporting
So
characters.
yeah, I'm saying 5.5, and that's only because of our half a star rating.
It's a 5 for me, but yep, and it was in the beginning close to 3/4 of a star because we got it almost immediately.
Yep.
But we'll stick with the half.
Yep, I'll agree.
Yeah,
So
so we're good.
being number 75 of our list,
75,
where
which is
would
funny. Number
you
74 is another werewolf movie.
it sure is.
This better than Uncaged.
Oh,
Well
by a
better than
long shot.
well better.
By a
Much
long
better. We
shot.
got werewolf down at the bottom. He's going to stay alone down at the bottom on this one.
Yeah, so
I can't go too high on this one when it comes to our list. It's rough to. I tried looking at it and I said, you know what? I'll do it while we're here.
yeah.
It's better than Uncaged. The way it
Yes.
sits here, better
Yeah.
than Gingerbread Man.
Yes.
Ginger Dead Man. Sorry.
Better be right on that.
Then we start hitting Black Friday.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I
It's
would say that I enjoyed this more than I enjoyed Death of a Unicorn.
I probably watched. I know I would watch this again with a friend to goof on it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch Death of a Unicorn again to goof on it so much.
I think for me personally, I would be happy if it was right directly behind Thanksgiving. I know that there are people going to look at this list and go, "I can't believe you've got It Follows this low," but I just never cared for the. I'm not a fan.
It was fun for I think the main thing with me when we sunk it this low, it was fun, but it's over once you watch it. Like
Yep.
the rewatchability on it
It's
is
gone.
kind of killed on it.
Yep.
Which is funny because I said Black Friday. I can't go too much higher than Black Friday. So I would say right behind Thanksgiving is actually a perfect spot for it.
Yeah, I think so too. And the only reason I said it's because we both really, I mean, I don't know about you, but I watched Thanksgiving this past Thanksgiving.
Watched it again for no reason. We weren't covering it again.
I'll watch it again this coming year for Thanksgiving. Between that one and Eli Roth Thanksgiving, those are now on my steady rotation at that time.
Perfect holiday movies.
Perfect holiday movies. So, all right, so we're good. We're gonna lock this one in.
Lock this one in at number 64.
We're doing it. So that brings us to the Wheel of Terror. Tell me
around.
All right. So before I spin the wheel, do you have anything that you definitely want to cover that's like, I want this, or are we leaving this one up to fate?
I think we can leave this one up to fate.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Spin that
right.
wheel.
Let's spin the wheel. So spin that wheel. Let's see what it says.
Where does terror take us on this wonderful Thursday night frights?
Random acts of violence.
Random acts of violence. I am not aware of this movie.
I am not either. This is one of the ones that was recommended to us by one of our viewers at one point in time. So we're going to have to look this one up and figure out where to watch it, when to watch it. So we are next week going to be looking at random acts of violence. So this being said, because we don't know what it is, right? Our Talking Dead. If you put a movie in there and we stick it on the wheel, we will eventually watch it.
We'll find it.
Allow fate to do what fate does, and that is bring us up. So, random acts of violence for this coming Thursday night.
Yes. It's probably going to be a free one. 2019 is the year that it came out. So,
all right. Do we have an idea of where we can, so we can let
I'm bringing it up on Tubi to see if we can find it on the Tubi, because that's always a good shot with a lot of our movies. Let me move that over here, though, so I can see it.
The problem is a lot of these that we put on there were free when we put them on and have since then, went off. Where to watch? Let's see here.
Random Acts of Violence is on Tubi.
Okay, excellent.
It is on Tubi. That's bringing it up. Oh, no, I don't want to watch it at the moment.
I don't know. No. So, Random Acts of Violence on Tubi this coming week. Please watch the movie so you can be a part of the conversation with us and let us know what you thought. And Chris, is there anything you'd like to tell the people before we check off today.
Yeah, like Alan just touched on, we are going to view this movie this week, and we would love for you to come back next week and review it with us.
Yes.
Until then, you can go to bio.link/graverev, and that will take us to our links of all the links. One link to rule them all. Choose the one. Don't choose poorly and all. We've got our YouTube, we've got our TikTok, we've got our Instagram, we've got our Facebook, we have our email address. Reach out to us if you got a movie that you would like to see on the Wheel of Terror, or to check to see if it is on the Wheel of Terror. Reach out to us. Say, hey, what about this one? What do you think? And we will spin that wheel when we leave it up to fate. We try to do some planned things through the year, especially when the holidays come around. But at any point in time, we could spin that wheel on. Join us next week when we talk about random acts of violence. Stay spooky, my friends. And if you're living in and the path of snowpocalypse, don't forget the bread, eggs, and milk, because when there's a snowstorm, you make French toast.
Exactly. It's funny that you say that, because I tell my wife that all the time. I was like, apparently the secret to outlasting a snowstorm is French toast, because
French toast,
eggs, milk, and bread.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Whether you're watching live or you're watching at a later date, I would always recommend, if you can, to try to pick up a live. I know that sometimes it's hard to do that, but if you do, then we will actually be able to converse with you, because we want to know what you think about these movies. You
Definitely.
can tell us we're wrong. You could say, Alan, you're wrong. Bad Moon is a great movie, and here's why. And we will absolutely discuss that with
More
you.
than willing to talk with you about
Absolutely,
it. We
because
love what your feelings are.
we are absolutely the quintessential people who do not care. We want you to enjoy what you enjoy. We don't gatekeep at all. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, until next week when we talk about random acts of violence from 2019, please remember that we here at Grave Reviews Thursday Night Frights want you to remember, may all of your nightmares be groovy. Have a great day, everybody. We love you.
See ya.